Shepnaz Podcast begins now.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Shepnaz Podcast. I'm Pastor Zack, your host, and I am joined today with a good friend of mine, a face you all know if you've been a part of this church for a while. So can we welcome in the man, the myth, the legend, Bob Stephenson? Welcome, my friend. Welcome. So glad you're here, brother. Well, hey, we are here to talk about a lot of awesome things happening here at this church, a very unique ministry that we have here at Shepherd that is one of the things that I really loved and drew me into this church. But we're going to be talking about Biker Sunday. We're going to be talking about Rusty Bellomy. We're going to be talking about all things full armor biker ministry today.
Tis the season.
Yes, it is. It's happening, man.
It is.
So let's start from the top. Let's just start at the beginning, because I know there's going to be some people listening that are like, you have a what ministry at your church? Like, what is happening here? Because not every church has a biker ministry.
Right.
So would you tell me and everybody listening, what is full armor? Why do we do it? How to get started? Let's start there.
Sure. So first, let me bracket the whole discussion of full armor in that you can put any ministry name in the name of bikers.
Right.
So if you're trying to think of how can I reach people that do X, this applies.
Yeah.
So Full Armor Bikers, we were fortunate back in 2009. We had a bunch of guys that were riding, and we had a pastor that was an avid rider. And discussion started, and we said, hey, I think it'd be a good idea to have a biker ministry. And a lot of people would say, what does that mean? Well,
Right.
We had the benefit of some expertise that helped us formulate a biker ministry, because it's not a simple task.
Right.
And any kind of ministry, if you're going to do it well, shouldn't be a simple task.
Correct.
You should put effort into it.
Yep.
So 5 or 6 of us got together and we said, yep, we will commit to this. So in 2009, we started Full Armor Biker Ministry. Went through the whole process of what that means. One of the things that is specific to our biker ministry is that it is exclusive to Shepherd Church of the Nazarene.
Yep.
We do not farm out to other churches or other organizations to have full armor chapters. Some people that have some familiarity to bikers, biker ministry, or unfortunately television bikers,
Right.
you know about patches and chapters and how an organization can grow.
Yeah.
We purposefully kept our ministry exclusive to Shepherd so that we maintain the integrity and the control of our group
Right.
here at Shepherd, and we benefit Shepherd in the things that we do in our ministry.
Yeah.
So we created the patch, we started the organization, we have a council, we have a group of people, and for the last 17 years, this is our 17th Biker Sunday, by the way.
That's awesome.
For the last 17 years, we have just been doing as we have felt called to do in ministry to motorcycle bikers.
Yeah.
Not bicycle bikers.
Right.
We have engines.
And not scooters. They're not scooters, don't you even? He's trying to be nice because I have a scooter.
I just can't.
You're allowed.
I can't do it. I can't. Lord help me.
It's all right. It's all right.
So that's biker ministry.
Yeah.
How it happens at Shepherd.
That's awesome. So one thing I love, because this is something that speaks to my heart, when we talk about ministry in church context, big C church context, and how, a lot of times that it's kind of pretty. It's got a little bow on top, and there's certain ways you do things and certain, places you can go. And what I love about Full Armor, something speaks to my heart, is you guys aren't afraid in any way, shape, or form to go to where people need Jesus.
Right.
And so do you have any examples that you can think of off the top of your head where, and I'm not saying this to bash anybody, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this to put anybody down, but it's pretty common, for church people to think like, okay, ministry only happens within the 4 walls of the church or in my comfy, put together little living room Bible study situation. But, the Bible tells us to go and make disciples. And that doesn't say go and make disciples when it's easy. Go and make disciples in places that make sense. Some of my most amazing God moments and ministry experiences happened in places like bars, in places like concert venues, in places like back alleys, where people who often frequent church, might think are out of the question to go be a part of. But that's not you guys. If, like you said, the TV biker kind of stereotype, right? There's an image that comes with, some biker people. Do you have any amazing stories or opportunities that you could share on the podcast of why it's so important to do what you guys do?
Well, there are just opportunities everywhere.
Yeah.
I always wrap up my prayers with our full armor group to say, at all times, help us to preach. Mm-hmm. And if necessary, use words.
Yeah.
If you can't live a life, you can't tell a life.
Yep.
The examples are boundless. Let's just go to recently when we rode down to opening night of church camp at District Assembly.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to get the group off of the road and undercover at a Love's gas station right before a storm hit.
Yeah.
And another group coming from Michigan on their way to South Carolina.
Oh, wow.
Pulled in not far behind us.
Mm-hmm.
They were a rougher group, but we had no issues immediately stepping out to them. Yeah. I mean, we were brothers without being brothers.
Right.
And ironically, and I don't even remember the name of the group, but their center patch was the red cross on a black shield. Very similar to what we wear.
Right.
We had opportunity to talk to them, and before we were ready to roll, we were able to gather them up and just pray for them. We didn't ask for anything. We didn't assume anything. We prayed for their safety because we knew they were going from Michigan to South Carolina, and they were going to hit the hard road.
Yeah.
And they appreciated it, and they said that several times. That's not unusual.
Right.
If you offer to pray for people, they will let you pray for them.
Yeah.
And in some cases, that may be the only time someone's prayed for them or even acted like they cared for them.
Right.
So opportunities are just boundless.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yep.
And to me, it shows that there's people out there that no matter what they look like, no matter what kind of lifestyle that they're living, they need Jesus just like everybody else.
That's right.
And how often those people don't get the opportunities that you guys do because people are afraid. They're scared or they're intimidated. And I clearly am not the toughest, roughest looking guy in the world, but there have been times I experienced, because I have tattoos or because I have a hoop in my nose where people are like, well, I'm not going to talk to that guy because he's probably like cracked out or whatever. And the few times that people did actually step out of their comfort zone to be like, hey man, do you know Jesus? How can we pray for you? What are your needs today? And the impact that can make on somebody's life, because you never know, like you said, you might be the only person that individual has ever been asked, how can we pray for you?
Yep.
And if you might be the only Jesus touch point in their entire life. Yep. And so that's a challenge for all of us, no matter what you're going through.
We've been in restaurants and we get the looks because we're wearing leather. We've got patches. Some of us aren't as pretty as others. I'm not going to mention any names, but
we'll
anyway,
the names out.
But you'll get looks.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's an elderly couple, and it's kind of a look, and then they'll see the cross on the back and that patch, and then, that look softens a little. What blows their mind is when you walk up and you give them a poker chip from Full Armor Bikers and say, how can I pray for you today?
Yeah.
And it's amazing how that atmosphere changes.
Yeah.
And they never expected a biker to come up to them and pray for them.
Right.
We've done that even with servers, server, the typical group thing, you get together, you get your food and you ask a server, will you take our picture? Yes. Will you stay with us for a minute? We're going to pray for our food and we want to pray for you. And one time we've had a server say no thank you, but most times, and nobody's rude or mean about it. Right. It's just, it's cool or it's not. And,
right.
And I'm glad there's only been one exception that I'm aware of.
Right.
But we don't know people's struggles.
Yes.
And so we take them where they are. We take them whatever they're riding.
Yeah.
We take them whatever they look like. And we do.
Yeah. That's awesome. So I did have a question, because there are going to be times, I've experienced it quite a bit in my life and ministry where, you ask somebody, how can we pray for you? Or, do you know Jesus? There's going to be rejection, because that's the world we live in, right? How would you encourage people that if you do experience that rejection, how to not let it deter you from doing it again? How to not put up a wall and be like, oh, well, that was too much. Like, I'm not going to do that again. Like, would you have any advice for people that have struggled with that? Satan
roams to and fro.
Yeah.
And he's going to get people to say, no, I don't need prayer. No, I don't want your Jesus.
Yeah.
It's okay. You've had the encounter.
Yeah.
Now let the Holy Spirit do his work.
100%.
We just need to be there. We need to be available. And if it's not the time, there will be a time.
Right.
So don't grow weary in well-doing.
Exactly. I think of so many times where, us as Christians and us as believers, with the comfortable Christianity, where we are a people of immediate gratification, and we get so upset that it's like, oh, well, I wanted to pray for them and they didn't let me pray for them, so I failed. But the reality is, like, we weren't called to save people. That's not our job. We're there to point them to Jesus so he can save them, right? And so don't get discouraged, because you never know. Even that question, though they might have, said no, it plants a seed inside of them, like, well, maybe the next person that asked for them to pray, like, maybe there's something to it,
It is not our job to save, and we should consider it a high blessing and a high honor to be used out there.
Yeah.
But to understand that that's not our job. We're just the messenger.
Exactly.
And again, live like the messenger, so that when they ask for the message, your message is valid.
Exactly. I was just joking around on the podcast the other day. I have a friend who's a pilot, and I use this example all the time. He's a private pilot. He is really good at what he does, and he talks all the time about planes and everything he knows about planes. But I joke around all the time. I was like, you've never flown me, man, so I don't even know if you're a pilot. and to me, it was like a perfect example of, like, I can sit here and tell you I'm a believer and I'm a Christian and I know everything about Jesus, but if I go off and do whatever the heck I want and treat people like garbage, am I even what I say I am, unless I go do and prove that I am what I say I am.
At all times preach, and if necessary, use words.
I love it, man. I love it so much. Well, we can sit here and talk stories all day, and I want to be respectful of your time. But so Sunday's Biker Sunday.
Sunday is Biker Sunday.
Yes, and it is not just a Sunday that we celebrate because we like bikes, right? There's a purpose behind this. There's a reason we do this. So can you tell us, like, what are we celebrating on Sunday? What is the purpose of us gathering, and what are we doing that goes beyond the four walls of Shepherd on a Sunday morning once a year at Biker Sunday?
Sure. So we do rides through the year. Our ride calendar is full. Anybody that wants to ride with us is invited to ride with us. We have folks that ride with us that don't go to church anywhere. Some of them maybe never have, or maybe grandma took them when they were little, whatever the reason. And we always encourage them. We've got something to happen in here. We have Bible studies for our bikers. We ride, we eat. And once a year, we do a great celebration. We call it Biker Sunday, and it's where we can bring all of our friends together on their motorcycles and make it an exclusive day, if you will, for motorcycles to be at the church, in the church, and celebrating with God's people. Again, we've been doing this for 17 years, so Shepherd is used to that. They're used to seeing bikes. They're used to seeing the leather. They're used to seeing all this crazy people in the lobby carrying on the way that we do. And so Biker Sunday, it just brings more of us in, and it's great for them. We have some folks that have come to Biker Sunday. I can think of a specific example, but I don't need to go deep in it. Has come to Biker Sunday for 3 or 4 years, but never would come into the service. And the last time that this person rode with us, they came in and actually attended the service. They figured out, it's not weird in there.
Right.
And my people are in there, and it's okay to be in there. So Biker Sunday allows those fringe people to come in and be with the rest of the people and enjoy the time. Now, Biker Sunday looks a little bit different in the sanctuary. In the past, it's been crazy, it's been loud, it's been different kind of music. In the last few years, I have purposefully dialed that back to be a normal church service, with the exception of some motorcycles that happen to come into the sanctuary, but that's part of the fun.
Exactly.
But we intentionally make Sunday look like Sunday so that when they decide to come back, they're not coming back looking for the show.
Right.
They're coming back to another Sunday of worship at Shepherd, and it doesn't look all that different, except that there's not 40 or 50 motorcycles in the parking lot.
Right.
But, so it doesn't look as different and doesn't feel as weird. Yeah. So that's why we do that. So we bring the bikers in, we get them registered for a ride, we do all the logistics of that. Second service is the focus on the bikers. And at the end of the service, we are going to bless the bikers. We're going to tell them about the ride. We do a safety briefing so that everybody's on the same page for the ride. We've got law enforcement lined up that's going to escort our ride out of town. We're going to go on a ride. This year it's different. We're going to go on a ride. We're going to come back to Shepherd, and we're going to have a cookout in the pavilion.
Nice.
So we're going to utilize our facilities here. We're going to bring everybody back. So we're going to feed the bikers. They will still get their ice cream from Velvet. We're taking care of that.
Yeah.
This year is also different, and we are charging a registration fee for Biker Sunday for the riders and their passengers.
Yep.
That is not unusual in the biker world.
No.
So when folks do come to Biker Sunday and they see there's a registration fee, it's what it is.
Right.
That helps offset cost, relieves some of the burden on Shepherd and some of the burden on what we do, just to pay for things. And some of that money will go to the Rusty Bellomy Bikes for Missions Fund.
Exactly.
So now, if you're ready, the segue from Biker Sunday, one of the things that we do, first let me couch the whole conversation about Rusty Bellomy Bikes for Missions. I am in a unique position because not only am I the president of Full Armor Bikers, but I am also the chairman of the Nazarene Motorcycle Fellowship, which is in the national church. We are a resource ministry of the church to help churches understand how to do biker ministry. And we also have a project called the Rusty Bellomy Bikes for Missions. Now, back to NMF, Nazarene Motorcycle Fellowship. It is not a riding organization. It does not have back patches. It does not have clubs. It does not have groups. It is a resource tool available to anybody in the Nazarene Church. We have even resourced out to non-Nazarene ministries that have said, hey, we think we want to do that.
That's awesome.
We have people on our council that are skilled in different levels of motorcycle ministry, different types of ministry, from outlaw ministries and jail and prison ministries down to mom and pop riding ministries. We have the tools to help make you successful.
That's awesome.
So that's Nazarene Motorcycle Fellowship. The project that we maintain is the Rusty Bellomy Bikes for Missions project. If you'll come to church on Sunday, you'll see a video about it. I'm not going to go into all the details, but what we do is we encourage any churches that do biker ministries to raise funds, and we send that money out around the world to pastors that don't have transportation. There is currently a great need in some creative access areas, which are areas where it's pretty much illegal to have a church. They need transportation. We're working on that critical need.
That's awesome.
Guatemala needs some bikes. We're working on that need. There's always a need for bikes in Africa. We're working on that need. We have funds that we distribute out through World Missions, controlled through our World Missions organization to make sure it gets to the right place and it's all done legally. And so the need is always there. Sometimes we don't know about the need. But as we hear about the need, we fund it as quickly as we can. Shepherd helps raise money for Rusty Bellomy Bikes for missions.
That's amazing. That's something I love because I didn't know anything before coming to Shepherd about Rusty Bellomy. And, it reminds me of what the needs are so great. And we often think about, the monetary stuff like, okay, obviously they need food, obviously they need hygiene products and shelter and schools and churches. But that's one of those things that's not often discussed is you have these missionaries, these pastors who are going into villages that would take days on foot, or you can't get a normal vehicle up. And in a lot of these countries, motorcycles are the number one form of transportation and the easiest way to get around to these places. And who would have thought, oh yeah, let's get these guys transportation that is actually what they need. Yep. We could go get them a Honda Accord, and that will get them through the city. But how are you going to get up in the places that they actually need to go with a motorcycle?
How are you going to get up a trail that a goat's afraid to go on?
Right. Right.
Yeah. In some places, they do have to walk days for church,
right?
To preach in a church, to reach out in a church. In some places, in the Philippines, a moto, a scooter.
Yeah.
kind of a motorcycle is the functional need for them. And so that's what we fund.
Yeah.
And all of the money that comes to Rusty Bellomy Fund goes right out to the pastors. There are no overhead fees. The NMF Council does not get any money for what we do. Everything we do is on a volunteer basis.
Right.
Next year, we will be at the Nazarene General Assembly in Kansas City, and we'll be pushing our goods.
Yeah.
We'll be telling our Nazarene churches how they can help raise money. How can their VBS have a kids contest and raise money for Rusty Bellomy Bikes for Missions?
Yeah.
We will have some of our recipients at General Assembly. The International Church does come in for General Assembly, and sometimes we have the fortune of meeting some of the pastors that have received bikes from us, and we're going to capitalize on that.
Yeah.
As they're available, they're going to be with us to talk to people about how that has changed how they do ministry.
Absolutely. And I think that's huge because a lot of people,
Absolutely.
you hear the stories, but when you can look somebody in the eye who's been the recipient of other people's faithfulness, of other people's generosity and giving, it puts a name with a face that it proves your giving means something.
It puts the rubber on the road.
Hey.
And to talk about Biker Sunday and Rusty Bellomy, I would be remiss if I didn't point out this year we are dedicating our ride to one of our senior members that passed away just weeks ago. Joanne Yoder was a huge financial supporter of Rusty Bellomy Bikes for Missions. And one of the reasons is because she and her husband used to ride, and she understood missions.
Yeah.
And she saw the rubber hitting the road.
Yeah.
And she said, I will be behind that. So this year we're dedicating our ride to Joanne.
That's awesome.
For her faithfulness in Rusty Bellomy.
That's awesome.
And getting bikes under pastors.
That's awesome. I love it, man. I love it. Well, we are going to be taking a special offering on Sunday that's going to go directly to Rusty Bellomy. But are there specific ways? Is there a website? Is there other resources that people can access right now that would help forward the mission that you guys are pushing here?
Absolutely. You can always go to our website. It might be on the podcast at some point.
Hey.
www.fullarmorbikers.com. We have a wealth of information about what we do there.
Yep.
And then there is also www.NazareneMotorcycleFellowship.com. And that will tell you specifically how you can give to Rusty Bellomy. It gives you an address where you can send money. You can always donate money through Shepherd.
Yep.
As long as you mark it for Rusty Bellomy Bikes for Missions, it will get redirected to the correct place.
Yep.
You can mail cash into the church and specify that it's for Rusty Bellomy. As long as it's got that tag on it, we'll get that money and we'll get it to the right place.
100%.
And also let me mention that not only a special offering on Sunday, but we're going to have Bikers Pass Buckets.
Yep.
We're going to do old-fashioned offering.
Come on.
Anything that goes in the offering that is not designated anywhere else will go to Rusty Bellomy Bikes for Missions. So if you decide that you're going to write a $2,000 check for something else, but you don't put anything on the check, Rusty's going to get
straight to Rusty, baby. I love it. I love it.
The other hand, if you decide you want to write a $3,000 check and designate to Rusty and Bellomy, we would appreciate that.
Exactly.
Too.
100%.
Yeah. Or if you're going to drop $5 in, it's going to go to Rusty Bellomy.
I love it, man. I love it. And I think it's a good reminder that this is not just for bikers here. You know, what we are doing is forwarding the mission of spreading the word of Jesus Christ around the world, and your giving goes for that. So maybe you're one of those people that, I don't touch motorcycles, or I would never ride a motorcycle. You don't have to forward the mission of Christ. So this is correct. For everybody. You know, this isn't just for bikers. This is bikers being highlighted, doing what Jesus has called them to do.
That's right.
And I love being a part of a church that supports that, man.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, hey, make sure you guys show up. This is coming up on Sunday. We got 2 services here at Shepherd, one at 9 a.m. and one at 10:45. Make sure I got that right.
And one way you can actively participate at the end of the service.
Yes.
Before we take off for the ride, anybody that wants to stick around, we do a prayer tunnel out in the parking lot. We will ride through you as we go on our ride. You can pray us out of the parking lot. Please participate.
100%, man. I love it. It's an all church thing, man. It's an all church event, and we want to see you guys there. So make sure you're showing up. We have 2 services, but if you can make it to the 10:45 service, that's where we're going to be doing the biker blessing, where we're sending everybody off for the ride. So make sure you come. Make sure you support, because this is not just a club. This is not just a thing that they do because it's fun. This is truly a mission that is helping forward Jesus Christ getting out into the world. So make sure you visit those websites. There's plenty of opportunities for you to help grow this mission, and we can't wait to see you guys on Sunday. Bob, thanks so much for being here, man.
Thanks for having me.
Y'all have an amazing day.
This podcast is a production of the Shepherd Church of the Nazarene, Gahanna, Ohio. Email to podcast@shepnaz.org and let us know what you think.